And first take roll. Welcome back to Project Mayhem. Gilligan's been quiet all morning and decides right when we start to film that he wants to talk. So we got our good friend James Hobart in town again. James is going to talk to you a little bit about how his training has evolved. We had a question about how our training has changed from beginning to end, or from when we started till now. We'll go ahead and read it. Come here, chill.
So, the question is, how has your training evolved since you first started, and what are common mistakes that you see beginners making?
My training, the biggest thing that's changed my training since I started, I've gotten away from paralysis by analysis. And this plays right into, I think, the most common mistake that new athletes make, and that's worrying more about what exactly should I be doing rather than just thinking about doing something. I got this from Ben Bergeron, and I like that he says this. He said, following the most novice program consistently will be better than following the most well thought out program once in a while. I can't say that enough. If you pick a program, try to stay on it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and measure the program's success by the results. Ends there. It might look beautiful on paper, but you might not get results from it. And I think that is like one of the best things as far as how my own training has changed, and one of the biggest pitfalls to avoid for new athletes. Be consistent there.
Agreed. To be honest though, mine hasn't really changed a lot from the beginning. I mean, of course, when I first got into CrossFit, there was a lot of learning the new stuff, but just a lot of practice, a lot of, don't get too caught up in getting too heavy on some stuff. Work on, doing stuff right, doing stuff efficient. That was one of the big things that I, through the middle of me in doing CrossFit, one of the things that I worked on was efficiency of movement versus just, how much I could lift. But as far as programming goes, like I've talked about many a times that every day I just kind of wake up and go by how I feel. So, yeah, but like he's saying, just stay consistent with whatever you're doing. Stick with it. Don't just give up on something after a week or whatever. And constantly evaluate what you're doing. Test it. Yeah. Whether it's do a workout, a named workout and see if you're getting better, or a max lift or something like that. But constantly evaluate your training
and learn how to air squat really well.
Really well.
It'll make everything better, I promise you.
Yeah, and just any kind of things. If you have any kind of problems, mobility problems, and then you add high volume and intensity to the already existing problem, then it's gonna magnify it, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna become whatever.
Exponentially worse.
Yeah. Cool deal.
Learn how to do it well. Don't just learn how to do it. I think that's a really nice thing to say. Like I said, it's like, if my air squat's crappy, don't be so focused on why does my overhead squat and snatch suck, because the most basic thing needs to be fixed. I'm telling you, make that better, and it's just a great kind of benchmark to start with as far as movement. But
agreed.
Awesome.
Agreed.
And like you said about the programs, like a strength program or a program might work really well for someone else, but not for you. And so, like you said, you should measure it by the results.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily a fault of the program, but maybe just,
different people are different.
Didn't jive, man. I was just done jive.
Jive turkey. Keep the questions coming. #CF Project Mayhem.